Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Let's Talk with Casey and Mike. We appreciate you guys joining us. And this time we tried to give you guys a little heads up as to what the topic is going to be. And we're going to try and do better about this. It's kind of funny because um, this Tiger Woods thing that happened, on Friday, Casey and I had discussed talking about addiction. It was either Wednesday or Thursday. It was kind of something that we discussed and we wanted to kind of talk about. So, um, I'm gonna be straight up with you. No, you guys have listened to Casey and I enough, and you know that sometimes I just start talking and I just be talking, not really thinking about the things I'm saying. Sometimes, man, don't get me wrong, I mean what I'm saying. There's just a different way I should say it. And with addictions this time, we're going to be again open, and there are a lot of things that we don't know. And like I said, this is Casey and I talking, and please, if you have any questions or comments, put them up in just type them in and we'll get to them. Mr. Jones, it is good to see you again. Love you, brother.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Same, man. We're diving into a bunch of different things, a bunch of different addictions, things that some people don't consider addictions, some things people consider, just to be a little soft. I guess just things that you want to do, but you don't seem to be, um, I guess, driven by. It's a lot of things that we're driven by daily. It's a lot of small addictions that we have in our lives that
Yeah,
uh, kind of curtail what we do throughout the day and the week. So um, let's
yeah,
hop on it.
yeah. That's a good point. So I guess one major thing before we even get into talking about addiction is where does it become the difference between I just like doing this to it's an addiction or it's something that I'm doing that is not good for me. Like where is the line? And I don't know if anyone actually ever knows the line, but like um, let's say that I like to drink. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not. I mean, I drink every night, and I do whatever, and I do this, and I'm good with it. I'm a functioning. I can do it. So I'm a functioning alcoholic. Well, okay, you like to drink alcohol, but when does it become an addiction? When you have people who like to eat, and it's like, okay, well, I like eating, and I know I don't eat whatever. Well, when does it come from that to becoming an addiction? And I will be honest with you guys. I was talking with my wife earlier, and she gave me the warnings that she usually give me when I get on. You need to be careful, don't hurt people's feelings, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. Because my deal is, or it was before we had this conversation, was you just, I mean, man up, just stop. It's hurting you. It's hurting your family. It is destroying people's lives around you. It's destroying your life. And I guess while we were talking, I was like, just do it. And then she said something that kind of struck a chord with me, and that was, you don't know what happened in someone's life to excuse me to maybe make them do these things or feel like they have to do. Sorry, cuz.
No, you good. You good.
Mm, to do these things. So I don't know if we can ever find that line, but the thing that was struck when we were talking was we were talking about addictions, and I said sex addiction. What do you mean? What do you mean sex addiction? Because I was going. I'm sorry.
I, I,
I was like, all right, what do you mean sex addiction? I mean, what? Like, what do you mean? And that's when she said, you don't know what happened to someone when they were younger, and they may think that the only way that I can get love, the only way that I can get that feeling of being secure is having sex with someone. And so I was like, I mean, okay. So that's where it kind of popped off. But again, that can be with anything. I mean, so I'm going to stop because I can tell that I can start. But go ahead, cuz.
oh, it could have been anything, but we know you. It could have been any addiction in the world. But I know we're making light of it, man. But these things are tearing people's lives apart.
It is.
And you know, when we on the outside looking in, it seems like you said that we can just say, "Hey, man, stop, man up," you
Mhm.
know, quit going there, quit doing that, you know, chill out, find something else to do.
Mhm.
But to see it upfront and personal in families' lives and friends' lives, it's so much more to it. I mean, like you said, me just doing something, um, and I'm fully aware of what I'm doing versus this thing driving me daily. There is a thin line because I think we look at people who have those addictions and feel like, okay, first of all, why did you start? Well, a lot of people start a lot of different things for different reasons.
Mhm.
Um, some people just want to get away, and right now I'm just kind of veering into alcohol or drugs or those things or what have you. You know, people have a thought process of it's escape. It's an escape of some sort.
Yeah.
And if
Yeah.
you talk to people that have the addictions, they tell you they completely are gone for that moment. But when they're
Mhm.
down, when they come back, the issue is still there.
Yeah.
The problem is still there. But
Right.
to them, I think, and if we have something that is way off base and somebody's on here that may have more insight, feel free to jump in because what I don't want people to do is to feel like we're insensitive toward what their loved ones or they themselves may be going through. But
Right.
an addiction is something serious, man. It really kind of controls your whole function.
Right.
Like I've seen guys who are great men, guys who are good husbands, guys who are great providers, leaders in communities, leaders in churches, you know, struggle with drugs, struggle with alcohol, struggle with sexual pornography, struggle with so many things. And we look at it and we want them to like snap out of it, do better, you know, come on, man, get in line.
Yep.
It's not that simple. There is something that is happening that draws them to it, no matter how good their life is, no matter how successful they may be. Um, and the start of it, like you alluded to what Tanya said, a lot of it could have been when they were young. A lot of it could have been they just had that moment of non-clarity in their life at that age where they just couldn't figure things out. Some people just experiment when they go to college. Some people just doing what friends do, just jumping in, not knowing how to say no. But when it comes to the addictive side of it, like I don't know actually what it is. I don't feel like I've ever been addicted to anything, but
Mhm.
that's just me. Like I've done things and it's like, oh, okay, I'm done. But I see people just keep going and keep going and keep going. It's like, hey, you ain't finished. Like you ain't had enough of what
Trying
you're
to reach
doing.
that
It's
high.
like
I want to get back to whatever high. I want to get back to that. I want to get back to that pinnacle. I
I
want to
don't
get.
hear you at all. I don't know if it's my speakers, but something happened where I do not hear you.
Okay. How about
So we'll figure out what that is and um, get you
now?
back
So
on. But I don't hear a thing.
nothing. You still don't hear anything.
No, I don't hear nothing. I see your lips moving.
All right. Hold on
Um,
1 second. Hey
but
Tanya,
just keep on going.
can you hear
Try to get
me?
that set up on your end. And if it's my end, I'm sorry, y'all, those who are viewing. So
Okay.
drop a comment in if y'all can hear me, so
Okay. If
we
y'all
can
heard me
know
yell to
that
Tanya to see if she can
what
hear
we're
me, she's
doing.
listening. So
Um,
please forgive me.
I see you doing this, cuz, but I don't know what you're saying.
All right. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, all right, all right. So Brittany says she can hear both of us. So it may be just on my end, cuz.
Oh,
So
she said she can hear it.
the
Oh, okay.
the
Okay.
addictions that people go through it's disheartening to see them have to struggle through it. Like I said, I've seen things that actually control people, that literally control them, but then I've seen people just kind of, you know, it seems like they're choosing to do it. Thank you all, Brittany, Tanya, Sherelle. God bless y'all. Thank y'all. So Mike, go ahead and speak. Let me see if they can hear you because I'm speaking
Okay.
right now.
Okay. If you guys can hear me, please let me know. But what I was going to say was, so let me tell you, there are some hypocritical things when it comes to addiction. So the one particular thing that I'm wanted to speak on is gambling addiction. Ever since sports gambling has gotten into it's become a big thing now. You have these commercials where they're saying, hey, play this game, bet on this sports team, do this, do that. But then they turn right around and say, here's a 1-800 number for you guys to call if you have a gambling problem. So that to me is hypocritical. There's another thing that's hypocritical that people won't like when I say it. So there are people who are alcoholics, who are addicted to alcohol, who are just, they go on and on and on and on with using things, with using these deals, but we don't really, I'm not saying do anything about it. But let's say that I'm addicted to alcohol and I've been in Forex and I've been to wherever 5 or 6 times and they keep letting me go. So it's almost like it's how can I put this? Enabling. The courts enable us. They let us do these things. We can get in trouble, but then if we hit someone, you can go ahead and you can go ahead. We're gonna let you out of jail. You just pay this fine, so you go out to do it again. You can't force someone into not being addicted to something, but you can kind of curb it if the punishment is strong enough. And that to me is kind of hypocritical when it comes to somebody saying, "Oh, I'm addicted to alcohol." Well, okay, if you did something bad, you should go to jail. But let's get back to the personal part of it. It is so many things that we call addictions now. Till I don't know, and I feel kind of weird because Casey can't hear me. You still can't hear me, cuz
I can't.
You can't.
Keep going because I'm pulling it up on another device so that I can't hear you, but they can hear you clearly. So go ahead.
Okay.
I'm gonna catch up.
Okay, so like I was saying, being addicted to things, sometimes we use addiction as I just want to do this thing. Just like kids who say, I have anxiety. Anxiety is real. But kids who manipulate the term anxiety is real also. So I'm not discounting it because anxiety is real, stress is real, all those things are real. But I know personally, I have relatives who use, and I'm not saying they're addicted to it, but they manipulate things. And so I guess that's my point is people manipulating addiction when it's not really an addiction. You have found a way to game the system. So people who really do have addictions aren't being looked at seriously because you have this person who knows how to manipulate people. I mean, I have relatives who can manipulate and they can lie just to get what they want. And I think I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I can kind of tell. And of course, my wife and I talk and we sit and say that they're just saying that they're just doing that because they're trying to get something, because they act differently in a different situation when they're not around the people that they can manipulate. Can you hear me, cuz? On the other deal? You good? Nope. Have you pulled up the other? Let me see. So he can't hear me. All righty then. So you talk, because I've been talking a lot. You talk. I know you can't hear me, but you talk. You're on mute. Mute. You're on mute. I know we look crazy, y'all. Leave us alone. Oh.
How about now?
Yeah, there you go.
You got me, but I still can't hear you. This is crazy. So it's wild for me because I can't hear anything you're saying. It looked like it's interesting. So I was trying to catch up on the live on YouTube, but I'm far behind. But I look at the struggles, and I hope I don't repeat anything that you were trying to say. But I look at the struggles, and it's heartbreaking to see people who want to do better, to see people who are trying to get somewhere in life, but they have all of these hang-ups that have somewhere, way, form, or fashion, come into their life and become an addiction. You said it earlier, and I don't know if you said it again, but the sex addiction is a major issue in a lot of marriages, and guys tend to place their wives against this addiction, place their relationships against this addiction. These people that are getting paid to show every part of their anatomy, and they're basically making a production. And then when it's time for you to be intimate with your spouse, you expect for that production to take place. And it's like, your wife wants intimacy, she wants love, she don't want to have to fight with a picture that you've been viewing or a person that you've been viewing. And it's just it's so critical to the health of a marriage. When people don't really know what's going on, you don't know. A lot of husbands won't admit to it. They'll never, some of them will never know. I hear people talk all the time about those things that they struggle with, but they don't let the person that they're sharing their life with know that they're struggling. And that's the biggest issue, the trust factor. If we can just be strong enough to share, like, hey, I'm weak in this area, I'm having a problem with this, that, or the other, and let that person who lives with you every day help with whatever situation you're going through. It's vital to the process of marriage. It's vital to the process of other relationships, family relationships, friend relationships, but definitely marriage and child rearing, because kids go through it too. And we don't realize that they're addicted to video games. They're addicted to social media. They're addicted to a lot of these things because a lot of parents have placed that in front of them as basically a babysitter, or because you want a little bit of quiet because your day has been rambunctious. Hey, go watch this, that, or the other. But all of these things have so many signs in them, and so many things that gravitate. We heard for years about Barney and SpongeBob and all of these type things, but these are the things that kids. I said it in another show that my kids, they love Bluey. They see Bluey, and it's like they lose their mind when they see Bluey. And we saw it in every stage. We saw it with Barney. We saw it with Miss Rachel. We saw it with all these things. But my wife was actually reading a stat one day here recently that in all the Disney movies, they're locked in with the Disney movies. I think there were 22 deaths of parents in Disney movies. And we don't think about that, and they have the children feeling like, oh, I'm in this world alone, or I need to go seek help from this place or that place. And it's even though they structure the movies where like they have a loving parent and they have a good relationship, but it's torn apart in whatever movie writing scripts they have, and there's so many things that we just have to pay attention to, because a lot of the addictions come from parents not paying attention. Yeah. But again, I can't hear you. But if you want to pick a tail off that.
So I don't know. He can't hear me. I was going to tell him about the Two Screens charity. I don't know if you can send it to him to let him know, because that's probably the issue. But sometimes we see addictions as a good thing. It's like, oh, I go to the gym, and so I'm being healthy. And so since I'm being healthy, that's a good thing. Oh, I know I use all these supplements, and I use what's the thing that they put in their arms? Steroids, and you think that's good, and I know I'm getting ready to get in trouble here. I know that I am. But you have some people who are addicted to the high when they go to church. They go to church and they go in there they want to get this high, and then they leave out. It didn't affect them. It didn't really do anything, but they're addicted to that high. And instead of going and learning and going out and doing what you're supposed to do, they go in because they want to feel that high, and that's not what it's for. Because you everything that you do is you just got to be around people. You got to, and don't get me wrong, we're supposed to be around those that love God, and that is absolutely true. But then you have some people who that is all that they do, and when they get that high, they leave, and then it goes down when it is something that it is supposed to be fed. And you go out, and you're supposed to get into it and read about it. And so people are saying, "Oh, you down in church?" No, love church, love God. Some love all that, and shopping. Oh, cuz I wish you could hear me, but but the thing about church, I think that it is good to be able to not be addicted to anything. Too much of a thing is never good. And somebody say, "Well, too much of the Lord is good." I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm talking about is church. There's a difference between going to church and believing in God and devoting everything to God. There's a difference there. There's a big difference there. And what I'm saying is going and getting that high when you go just to be around people and so on and so forth, when that's not what that's meant for. So I just saw when they said addicted to shopping. Again, we don't know where these things come from. We don't know where they start. And again, we have to be careful of people using that as an excuse for, I like doing this. I like sex. I like shopping. I like to gamble. I like doing all these things, because there is a line, like Casey was saying, there is a line where, oh, I'm addicted to it. And so I'm going to say I'm addicted to it, so there'll be no repercussions. But then again, you have people who really are addicted to it, who it just destroys their lives and destroy all these things. And so we have to be careful. We have to be careful. So I'm going to go ahead and stop, and I'm going to go ahead and send it to you, Casey. This is really odd. This is really strange, y'all. So please forgive us for this, but we're gonna do it. So your turn, cuz.
I'm catching up. I'm listening to you on live because I
okay.
I don't know
where
I'm just hearing you talking about shopping.
Yeah, okay.
But I do see that Tanya dropped that in, that people are addicted to shopping. People are addicted to a lot of different things that they don't consider an addiction. Shopping, coffee, television, social media, themselves. Some people are addicted to just seeing themselves. I've seen so many people that just love to see themselves. It's always a post of myself. This is me from this angle. This is me from this angle. This is me from this angle. There are addictions, and it's funny sometimes when we think about it, but nothing is better than, first of all, loving God, but loving yourself. Self-promotion is different than being addicted to yourself. But you have people, Tanya, I'm going back to that are addicted to shopping, that just shop for no reason. Don't need it. They just go get it. And it piles up and it piles up and it piles up. And you rarely use it, rarely wear it. It's just a high. Some people just get a high off of going to just shop, just going in stores, shopping. There is a thing called window shopping that used to be pretty famous. It didn't have anything to do with spending money and bringing it home and never wearing it or never using it. Yeah. Window shopping, just going and looking. It's okay. But the more serious addictions, I don't think it's something that people can talk you out of. I don't think it's something that you can even talk yourself out of. I mean, there is a part of you that has to say enough is enough, because you have to get help. What I found out about addictions, it does not work a lot when you force people to get help. Mm-hmm. Because they feel like you're just ganging up on them. I think there was a show that used to be out, and I can't remember the name, but when everybody would come and sit down and talk to a family member, and then they sent them off to this show. I think it was Intervention, something like that. So I can't remember the title of the show, but it was a lot of those people that they didn't find the help they needed because they never changed. They never changed. I was in a conversation with a gentleman at work today, and we were just talking about some scriptures. We were talking about the Bible, and I recalled the story of the prodigal son. And the prodigal son somewhat, to me, in my mind, and I'm not veering off of scripture, but he had the need to be on his own and go do what he wanted to do. But at some point, he had to come to himself. He had to come to himself. And when I realized how he came to himself, they say every day, Father went out to the road where he departed. Daddy didn't go looking. Daddy didn't send no search party. Daddy didn't try to go find him. He just looked down that road from where he departed with hope. And I'm thinking that, you know, he was praying for his son to be okay, for his son to return. But his son did in fact return, and he returned with a repentant heart. You know, addiction has to happen the same way. They have to come to themselves. They have to say, I need the help. I want the help. And then I'm sorry for all of the stuff that I've caused that happened when, you know, I was out of it of sorts. You know, some people who have addictions, they don't remember anything. They don't remember anything. So I'm gonna go back in live and listen. I'll let you pick up.
Okay, all right. All that is very true. But I wanted to pick up on something that Brittany just brought up. It's regarding children who come to school and who are addicted to attention. So when she said that, she made a point that, you know, they may not be getting attention at home, and so they're coming to school, and so they'll do things. They'll just do things to get more and more attention. And so when you're a kid and you do that, that becomes you become an adult and you want to get this attention. And that made me think of it made me think of something, and that is there are a lot of things that parents do, me as a parent, whomever as a parent, that will start these things. You know, it will start, you will become addicted because of something that we as parents did, something that your teacher did. And so we have to be careful. Just something as simple as, I'm not paying my child enough attention. I need to give them attention because you love them, and it's healthy to give them attention. You should do those things. And I think that when we starve our children for attention, or if we put them in a situation that they shouldn't be in, or if something happens that we put them in a situation that was bad, and so now it affects them. And so now to try and resolve that in their mind, or to try to resolve it, they think they have to I have to people please. I have to do this. And so they'll do whatever it takes, like I said, to get back to that high. You never know. So, you know, you never know if someone got molested. And so what they do is they look for affection in sexual deal. Or you never know if I go to my grandma's house and she fed me and I'm 500 pounds. And I'm trying to get that love because grandma passed away. And when she fed me, that was a good thing. And so that food makes me feel closer to her. So we have to be, and I've told everybody a million times, I'm in therapy and it has helped me a lot. And I know everybody can't have therapy, but you can talk to someone that you trust. And you can, but you have to make sure that you trust these people, because sometimes people will use things against you. So what you have to do is find someone you trust if you can't get in therapy, and talk to them and talk real, talk through things. Hey, dude, I'm addicted. Hey, Casey, I'm addicted to porn. Hey, Casey, I'm addicted to food. Hey, Casey, because Casey is my friend and I know Casey's going to try and help me out. So you have to talk to people who are going to tell you the truth. Don't always go to people who's going to tell you what you want to hear, because people, the truth will hurt. The truth hurts sometimes. And so when someone say, hey, Tanya, hey, Brittany, hey, kid, you shop too much. You guys need to stop, because your husband is he's working or whatever, and you're spending money, or your husband loves toy. He likes to go and buy cars and all these things, and he's always doing something new. He always trying to find a high. We have to talk to someone, and we have to listen to the truth. The truth is something that a lot of people don't want to hear. So, because I don't know if you can still hear me, but I know we're coming up on 30 minutes, and I know we try not to do it too long, but we have to be cautious about this, and cautious about addiction. Cuz I don't know if you can hear me, but you can go ahead and close us out once it catch up.
I hear you on the live, so I'm picking up on it. It's a little behind, but yeah, I'll close it out and just realize that there's been a lot of good things that people have been diving in and saying. So yeah, please, y'all, if you know someone that has an addiction in your family or a good friend, be honest with them. I think we should stop being afraid to confront the addiction, especially if it's harming them or harming others. There are things that are right there in front of us, and then there are things that people do that nobody knows about. But the things that are right there in front of us, I think it would matter to your friend, to your loved one, to call them out on it and not be harsh, but being honest and not judgmental, real, but not glamorizing the situation, but support it and being grounded and understanding that they are human and how you interact with them could push them over the edge. It really could push them over the edge and realize that, you know what, this person that I love thinks this of me, you know what, and just go. That's led to some different things. So yeah, we're at that time, man. I appreciate everybody chiming in, and I'm looking at the chat so I could kind of keep up. I was on the live. So again, thank you all for joining us tonight. Sorry I couldn't hear, my sound has been out, but I know you were saying some good stuff, Mike, and I'm pretty sure I agree with what you said. And if you said anything that I disagree with, Tanya, I didn't hear it. So don't charge me with it. Know where he tried to go earlier. Know where he was going. And, I don't think this is a night for it. It was good, my thing went out because it made you stay on course. So we'll cover that again, man. We love you guys, man. Y'all take care. Be blessed. Again, let's talk with Casey and Mike. Let's talk Casey and Mike at gmail.com. Thank y'all for your comments. We saw them all. We read them all. And the texts and the calls, we appreciate it. One love.
Take care, guys.